Hi, everyone. I want you to find your problem-solving wheel. If you don't have it with you already, please pause the video and go find your problem-solving wheel. I would like to introduce you to our problem-solving wheel today. So I'm going to use one that I have that I keep in our classroom, and it's one that I have colored already. So you can see there's already color on this one. And I want to introduce you to someone else. This is my friend Pablo. Pablo's going to be here and learn all about the problem solving wheel and help me to practice some of the parts either today or tomorrow. But Pablo's here tomorrow he'll help me practice these parts. But today Pablo's going to be here to learn about the different parts. So I'm going to set Pablo right over here, and Pablo will listen in and learn about the parts of the problem solving wheel. So when we're together with other people, sometimes things go really well and we get along and there's no issues. Sometimes we might have different wants or different needs, and something happens where we don't get along as best as we could. And we need to know what to do in those moments, right? So if I'm having a disagreement with my sister over something that we're playing with or something that we're doing or something that we're both wanting to use at the same time, I need to know how to solve that issue. So at OCS, we have this really cool problem solving wheel. And I can see there's like a big glare. I'm going to try and do this and see if this helps. There, that looks better. Um, so we have this problem solving wheel, and we use this wheel to help us solve problems or any issues that come up. So let's look at these different sections today and talk about what they are. If you were here last year, see if you can remember. You can pause me, see if you can remember the different solutions on this wheel and think of examples for when you might use those. Okay, so let's start up here with the birds. This one is talk it out, and we'll cover that more later on, but we'll learn a specific way that you can use your words to talk it out. But one way to solve an issue is to use your words kindly and specifically to give information and receive information, to listen. So talk and listen to solve it. Talk it out. This one over here with the ants says apologize. So that's saying, oh gosh, I'm sorry that when I walked by, I knocked over your tall block tower. I didn't mean to. I just think that I wasn't paying attention. Can I help you rebuild it? So apologize and make amends. See how you can make the situation better. Apologize. This one says share and take turns. Can you find this one and put your finger on it? There's some otters. So put your finger on the one with the otters. Share and take turns. So say you're at recess and there's only one jump rope and you run and get the jump rope and you're jumping, jumping, jumping. And one of your friends really wanted a turn to jump too. And that person's looking really sad. You could decide to share and take turns. And there's many ways to do that, right? You could do one person gets 5 minutes, the other person gets 5 minutes, or one person has a short time, another person has a short time. Or if it's something else, you can maybe share and play with it at the same time. Like if it weren't a jump rope, but if it was like a ball, maybe you would find a game that you could play at the same time. This one down here, ignore it. Ignore it. So sometimes something this would be a small problem, would be something you might choose to ignore. If something's big and really bothering you, please don't ignore it, but let's pick a different solution to help. But if something's small, like say someone walked by in line, like you're passing in the hallway, like one person going this way and this person just bumped into this person, who knows? Maybe it was an accident. Maybe they moved over on purpose. We don't really know. But you could think about it and say, was it really a big deal that I got bumped? Not really a big deal. Okay, I'm just going to keep going and ignore it. So you have to think about it. If to you it's a big deal, then don't ignore it. But if to you you're like, that one's not really something that bothered me that much, ignore it. this cute one with the worm, go to another game. So there's times when you might be playing a game with friends at recess and you might think, gosh, this isn't how I envisioned the game would go. I really thought we were going to be wolves, but now everyone's choosing to be totally different animals. Hmm. I don't know if I want to play that. Well, you could choose to just go to another game. Like, this game isn't turning out to be what I want. I'm going to go do something different. Over here. Tell them to stop. Say someone's sitting next to you at the work table and tap, 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 and you're trying to work and concentrate. You could say, hey, Pablo, will you please stop tapping your hand? I'm trying to concentrate. Now let's see where we're at. Oh, here we're down here in the duck. Wait and cool off. You see this one with the duck? Wait and cool off. Sometimes something happens. And remember we talked about that part of the brain, our amygdala? That's our one that processes fear and emotions and whatnot. So sometimes your amygdala senses your body having really big emotions and thinks there's danger. And so you get, your heart starts beating and you have really big feelings. Well, this one is a wait and cool off. If you're having those really big feelings, that instead of being able to talk and ask someone to please stop tapping, but you're so mad, you might just yell about it. Oh, wait and cool off. And there's so many things we can do while we wait and cool off, right? We've talked about these if you were here last year, but things like deep breaths. Bennett has something that's so cool that I want to get for our classroom. It's a board and it has hearts on it, and you can trace the hearts with your hand. And so you can say something like, do some breathing, or say, I am calm, I am calm. Or you can do some, take 5, breathe in, breathe out. All the way till you get all the way through your fingers. Okay, so wait and cool off. Wait until you're calm. Then when you're calm, you can use that wise owl part of your brain to help you solve the problem. Let's see. Oh, we're over here with the turtle. Walk away. So maybe you're in an area of the classroom where things are noisy, like maybe Pablo is tapping, tap, 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 and you can choose a different spot to be. Just walk away to a spot where that doesn't bother you, or you aren't around that. Walk away. Over here, make a deal. The 2 frogs, find the frogs, put your finger on those. Make a deal. Make a deal is you'll work something out with someone. And I've seen this happen in our classroom. We have a train tracks, and there's a train that kids like to play with. But I think there was only one set of cars with an engine. And so kids would make a deal to take turns. Like, okay, you can use the engine for 3 minutes, but I get to use these other cars, and then we'll do a trade. So you can make different kinds of deals about things. Let's see, was that all of them? Let's see. Make a deal. Oh, and then we're back to where we started with talk it out. So that was your introduction to the problem solving wheel. We'll get to know this even better as we go through the year. But for now, I wanted to just introduce you to all these sections and to this really great tool that we have for our classroom. So everybody, this is the problem solving wheel. Problem solving wheel. And this is everybody. You've been introduced. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your problem solving wheel and add color. Make this bright and cheery and colorful. There's a lot of little things on here to color. So you might want to use colored pencils. That's what I use to color mine, so I could fit in the tips of the pencils into these little teeny sections. Okay, think of how you can make it colorful and bright and cheery, and you still want to be able to see the pictures. Okay, so you don't want to just take one color and color real dark over this whole section, because you'll want to be able to see the pictures and you'll want to be able to see the words for this one. This is a lot of coloring. So if it feels like too much coloring to do all at once, do some coloring. take a break, and then come back to it. You don't have to finish it all in one sitting, okay? So you can do this over a few different times if you want to. And then when you're done, you can cut out your problem-solving wheel if you like. And this might be a handy tool to hang on the wall in your learning space so that you always have it when you need it. You'll know right where it is. Oh, that's on the wall, right where I do my schoolwork. And you can go get it and you can use this to help you with some problems. Okay? So as you're coloring, I want you to think about what we've talked about. Think about each of these little sections and the different solutions that they offer you for solving a problem. We'll talk more about this tomorrow and we'll actually practice using some of these different solutions. But for now, have fun coloring.